You're live in 3, 2, 1.
This is Rosie, and I'm on the set of RosieTV for another episode of Realistically Rosie. And my guest today is BEBE. You can tell from the pictures on my wall that she's a very special friend of mine that I met at Lawyer Lady's Barn. And BEBE has a big thoroughbred sister that lives there with Gus and Red. So I'm going to start out the interview today by asking BEBE to tell us about herself.
That was such a nice introduction, Rosie, and I appreciate being on your show a lot, but I hope you realize that I've never been interviewed before, and I really don't know where to begin.
Anywhere, BEBE. Just start barking. Talking.
Okay, Rosie. Well, one thing that you must know about me is I really don't bark. Well, let me correct myself on that. I don't like to bark.
What? I know I heard that all wrong.
You heard me right, Rosie. I don't like to bark. But when it's absolutely necessary, I will.
Oh my, that's quite unusual.
An example might help, Rosie, and I got a good one for you. My mom watches dumb reality TV shows. Before I forget, I always wanted to ask you, and I don't want to get sidetracked from our interview, but I've been meaning to ask you, does your mom watch reality TV shows at all?
You realize you're on reality TV show right now, BEBE. Let's get back to my question.
Oh, you're right, Rosie. Well, when my mommy is watching shows like The Bachelorette, she's all into the show. Oh, Jordan this and Hannah that, and why did this girl do this and that boy do that? Well, who is mommy talking to anyway? In situations like that, Rosie, the only way I'm getting mommy's attention is to bark.
I bet if you licked her toe, that would work.
Good grief, Rosie. I tried even sniffing at that toe, like, and everything, and it doesn't work.
You really don't have any choice.
Right, and as soon as I bark, guess what? Mommy looks right at me, and I tell her what I want, and no matter who's on the television, she jumps right up, and it works every time. Now with you, Rosie, I'm not going to have to worry about that because you pay attention to me, right?
Oh, BEBE, I will pay attention to you, even when we're not on the television set of RosieTV. Now let's get back to our interview. And what else do you want to tell me?
I want to tell you about my daddy because I love him a whole lot.
Well, you just have to tell us all about your daddy.
Yes, I will, Rosie. Number 1, Daddy never ever scolds me. And yes, number 2, he lets me hog the whole bed at night if I want.
He really loves you.
And something else too, Rosie. When my daddy is real tired and I'm already in the bed asleep, even when I'm just pretending to snore and stuff, well, he maneuvers around me. In fact, I heard him tell Mommy that he'd rather be sleepy than wake up his little bee.
Your daddy is the want to change subjects and ask you if you learned any tricks.
Yes, Rosie, and I call them the Big Five. Number 1, I roll over. Number 2, I do the give me a kiss treat. And number 3 is the sit pretty trick. As you might guess, I'm especially good at that one. Number 4 is the give me 5 trick. I really like doing that one because people always laugh. And my number 5 is a jump trick.
That's neat.
I almost forgot to tell you about my strict policy, Rosie. I call it B's no treat, no trick policy. No treat and I shit like a goofball. But when the treats come out, I'm BEBE on the spot.
You're giving our fans all kinds of ideas, Bee.
Rosie, in our interview, do I get to ask you a question? Because I know that the lawyer lady takes you to her barn sometimes. Well, those great big pets out there, the ones I'm talking about, they got the gigantic noses. Why do they make the big loud noises? It's so loud, Rosie, it makes my ears stand on end. I find it so annoying, don't you?
Yes, Bee, and when they gallop, it sounds like thunder.
Speaking of thunder, Rosie, I have another good story for you. I'm afraid of thunder. I just want to run and hide under the bed. Well, my daddy is so smart, he figured out a way to help me through those giant crashes, booms, and bangs. He made me a nice comfy box with music and everything, Rosie, and I can hide in it when the boom comes, so I have my own little thunder house. Did I mention that my daddy loves me a whole lot?
Your daddy is very smart, Bee.
Golly, Rosie, I realize I digressed again. Back to the big pets with the humongous noses. Well, I'm always wondering why they can't just bark when they want something. I don't like barking, but it would make a lot of sense to me if they did. Really, Rosie, the noises they make are just plain rude. Well, except, of course, your brothers. Gus, he's an important lawyer and all right in town, and he doesn't make inappropriate noises.
I'm not going there, Bee. Anyway, it's that time of the show where you have to tell me a secret.
I don't mind, Rosie, because I was warned about this. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you now that I got a very big tongue. Well, now that it's out, you want to see it? Let's face it, Rosie, you look just like me, so I bet you have a big tongue too. Will you show us, please? You do, Rosie.
Well, it turns out that we are out of time, Bee. But I really want to thank you for being on the show, and I hope you had lots of fun.
It's been really fun talking to you on your show, Rosie, and you're smart, and you understand me, and you even let me ask questions too, and that's all the stuff I like about you, and also you look like me too, and you have a big tongue.
It's that part of the show where I start saying goodbye and thanking everyone.
Wrap it up, Rosie.
Okay. I'm going to wrap it up right now. This is Rosie, wrapping it up until next time. Whoop!